know, the thing is, I tried every technique that's out there, every technique that someone told me, every technique that was out on the internet, and none of them worked.
Just when looking at you, open up my eyes.
If you've known me, you might know that the whole 19 years of my life, I've never been able to swallow tablets. And this has been really frustrating for me for when I've needed to take medication, but mainly also for swallowing vitamins. And I believe strongly in diet, but also I think supplementation is still really important, especially certain vitamins and minerals, or just a general multivitamin to fill in the gap. There's a whole nother, I could go into so much detail on that, but I'm not going to. The purpose of today is to say that I finally have been able to swallow tablets after 19 years. And you know, the thing is, I tried every technique that's out there, every technique that someone told me, every technique that was out on the internet, and none of them worked. And you know what? This way made so much sense to me, and it actually worked. So I thought, how can I keep this to myself? Because who knows how many people are out there struggling with the same thing that I did for so long. And now that I found something that works for me, I just want other people to know about this. So, you know, the big difficulty for me with swallowing was I knew that it's not just the wrong technique, or I just need to put it at the back of my mouth, or I just need to use a thicker drink. No. The issue for me was that a tablet in my mouth was like my body sensing a foreign object. Just this really hard thing that it's like it's gonna choke me, and I don't know if my reflexes developed this way because of something when I was a baby or what, but basically my body's reflex when a tablet goes into my mouth is to just clench up my throat, and no matter how many times I try to swallow, it would just clench up. And because psychologically and neurologically my brain just thinks it's going to choke me, even though I know that it's not going to. I know that it's just meant to be good and to help me. So part of this has just been to reprogram my reflexes and reprogram my nerves. So there are two main things that I've done that help me to just do it, because I was really determined to be able to swallow these vitamins, because I don't want to live on chewables my whole life, and there are some that you can't get chewable forms of. So basically, to reprogram my reflexes and nerves, the first thing I did was visualization. Basically, the day before I was gonna try this legit, I started in my head just closing my eyes and visualizing my throat opening up, and visualizing a tablet on my tongue, and then visualizing it just going down my throat, and my throat staying open, and the tablet just going down. And I just did that, and I concentrated really hard on just visualizing that, and I did it again and again. And when it came to the day, same thing. Before I tried to swallow, I visualized that in my head. I visualized the tablet on my tongue, and then my throat opening, staying open, and the tablet going down, and just all the while doing that usual swallowing motion that you do when you eat or drink. So I think that really just helped to kind of signal to my body that, yeah, this is what you need to do when this goes in your mouth. That the right appropriate response in a tablet is not to constrict, but it's actually to open and to push it down. And then the second thing I did was to just massage my neck and trap muscles. And why I did this was I had heard my mum's a dentist, and for her, seeing an osteopath has done a lot for her neck because she had really bad pain and tension just from bad posture, and she said that a lot of the time tightness in those muscles can affect things like, even for her it was posture, but it can affect things like swallowing. And I never went to see the osteopath, but I thought, hang on, what if that really is one of the factors that's stopping me from swallowing? So what I did was I just started massaging and just loosening my muscles here. And I think part of that, when my throat would constrict, part of it was just having tight muscles here, and also not being stimulated. I think it's neurologically, it's something to do with stimulation as well, just stimulating those neurons and nerves and relaxing the muscles. I think all those things combined really helped to just put me in this state of relaxation, because I think sometimes when the tablet goes in my mouth, I just kind of freeze and get stressed almost, because my body's thinking, oh my gosh, we're gonna choke, oh my gosh, you know. But I just had to always, every time I do this, I have to say to myself, you're not gonna die, this is good for you, okay? So basically, since then, the first time it took me quite a few tries. The tablet started dissolving in my mouth actually, but it went down, and that was just a celebration for me because I've never gotten that far before. And the second day I did this, I did the same thing, and I actually got it down the first time, and it was this one, which is pretty small. So this one is for brain health. And so the second time I did it with mango juice, and I literally didn't even feel it go down my throat. And then after that I thought, okay, achievement. So I thought I'll try some bigger ones now. And these are just some multivitamins. And so these ones are a lot bigger. And this one, I got it down the second time. The first time I kind of got it halfway and then got stuck. And then the second time I tried, I actually didn't even use drink. I just was picturing it, visualizing it so hard in my head and massaging myself. And, you know, I actually just thought, I just pictured myself swallowing. And then my tongue just did that swallowing motion, and it just went down with nothing at all, just by the swallowing motion. And I thought, wow, this is amazing. And then the multivitamin I took after that one went down the first time with juice. So honestly, it's possible, and I just felt so happy after I was able to do that, because I thought, oh my gosh, I finally found the secret. People had told me, oh, you just need to do it this way, you just need to do that. No, it was literally a subconscious psychological issue and a subconscious neurological issue. And so now every time I practice this, I just try to, you know, tell myself once I get it down, good, you know, reward myself, you know, just to strengthen those connections in my brain now that it's associating this, swallowing these vitamins, with something good. And just so that, you know, over time it can still be it can still take a few tries sometimes now, and I do have to concentrate so hard, but I know practicing this technique over and over again, it's just going to become automatic, and it's going to become reflex to just swallow when it goes in my mouth.
Just when looking at you, open up my eyes, and I'll stay with you forever all the time, and I'm stepping out to leave it all behind. I'm confident your love will be my sight. Just when looking at you, open up my eyes, and I'll stay with you forever all the